Hello and welcome to a new review on Pimp My Type. My name is Oliver Schöndorfer, user interface designer and typographer, wanting to help you improve the typography of your website or app. And Caleb sent in his website. First I analyze Caleb's site and then I'll show you how to pimp it. This is a great example if you want to learn how to improve the visual hierarchy of a page and better guide your reader through your content. So let's take a closer look at that and what I think about this. First of all, I think it's great that he publishes his thoughts and his process. This is always brilliant. I love when people do this, when people share the knowledge, love it. The thing is, when I take a look at his site, it's like looking into a pond. This is just one example of one site here. He chose Georgia as the typeface on the site, which is a default system font. It's a good font. It's nothing against that. It's great for long reading text and so on. But yeah, it's not very distinct. But let's keep Georgia for this example, for my suggestions here. What bothers me more? When I look at it, it's not very well structured, let's say so. We have the header here in the blue link color. It's very striking. My attention is immediately drawn to the header here and to the good afternoon part with the emoji because it's something different. Okay, yeah. So now minimizing the headline here, minimizing and so on. This is the second part that catches my attention when I look at minimizing. This is basically the number one hierarchy, which is good, but it still competes with the header because it's colorful and it's very close to the header. And now when it comes to the body text, I have a very hard time focusing here because the link color is so striking and so contrasting that I only look at that. Even if the links are long, it's okay. It shouldn't be a problem to have long links, but they are overemphasized here. And what also bothers me is that this part here at the bottom of the page is basically a footer, which means that it more or less just says when it was created and how you can reach out to him. It feels like being a part of the content itself from the post. So to me as a reader, I have a hard time deciding what is the most important part here and how to dive into his content basically. I cleaned this up a bit and now I'm going to elaborate a bit what I thought here. I remained his color and also his typefaces here, but the heading now, as you can see, it's slightly smaller, it's got more distance from the top, and also the navigation is in a different style. I used text transform uppercase and also made it a bit opaque, opacity 0.8, and also added some letter spacing because, as you know in the previous video, always space out your all caps text. So the header and the navigation still is one unit, but it's not that samey as the rest of the site. And now when it comes to the other part of the H1 heading, I made it slightly smaller. It was 1.7 RAM, now it's 1.6. It's big enough, obviously, it's big enough. And below that, the links here, these are so striking, but it's just like some metadata. So I removed the styling at all. You don't really have to know that this is a link, I guess. If you click on it accidentally, you might go to the author page or something, but just removing it. Also, this glyph in between, this diamond shape here, I reduced the contrast here. I made it lighter as well here. It's not the same color as the text color. By the way, I love this focus because I just love it. It's so obvious. It's great for accessibility. I love this part. But here, this part, I just reduced the contrast again because when I look at his design, it's very bold. It's very striking. I would reduce that. So it's much calmer here. And now when it comes to the body text, I changed the text decoration color to the text color and left the link color to the text decoration color. So basically the line is colored now. This is still striking enough and you can identify it as a link, but it's not that distracting. And I'm also not sure about this part here. about this good afternoon thing here on the top right. I removed it completely. I'm not sure if you need it at all. If you really want to use it, make it more subtle as well, because yeah, it's nice to say good afternoon, of course, but I'm here for the content and not for your greeting message, I guess. And the last part I changed was the footer. I reduced the font size to about 75% of the body text size, and also the styling of the links. I removed the color here at all. I made it a bit a lighter gray for the underlines, because yeah, well, it's just the footer. Now I know this article ends after 3 paragraphs, and then it's good to go. And yeah, there are still some slight adjustments I would make, like adding a space between the unit of gigabytes and so on. Let me do this here, because then it won't look that cramped. And here again in the link as well, but I won't do it here. Yeah, now it's on the next line. This doesn't look good. Okay, but whatever. You get what I mean. So before, I'm not sure what's the most important part here, where the article starts, where it ends, and here after, this is more calmer, more focused. Maybe his container could also be a bit narrower, but I'll leave it with that. Tell me what you found most interesting about this part in the comments below, and also if you want to send in your website or app design, use the link in the description. Happy to see you next time.